Matinding pasabog ang yumanig sa Kongreso matapos maglabas ng mabibigat na revelasyon si Congressman Ungab. Sa gitna ng regular na session, bigla nitong inilantad ang umano'y mga anomalya at lihim na kasunduhan na ayon sa kanya ay maaring magpagiba sa integridad ng buong Kamara. Ayon kay Kong Ungab, matagal nang umiikot ang mga katiwalian na sangkot sa ilang mambabatas at mataas na opisyal. Binanggit niya ang umano'y irregular na paggamit ng pondo at mga proyekto na pinapaboran ang iilang tao lamang. Habang inilalahad ang mga detalye, ramdam ang kaba at tensyon sa loob ng bulwagan at ilang miyembro ng Kamara ay agad na umalis sa session upang umiwas sa kontrobersya. Sa kasalukuyan, wala pang opisyal na tugon mula sa mga tinutukoy ni Kong Ungab, ngunit nagsimula ng umani ng tensyon ang kanyang mga bahayag mula sa publiko at mga watchdog group. Nayon sa mga tabagmasid, kung mapapatunayan ang mga aligasyon, maaari itong magdulot ng malawakang reforma o pagbagsak ng ilang mataas ng nasa pwesto sa Kongreso. At yun nga ang balitang ating pakakatutukan. Ngunit bago ang lahat, siguraduhin mag-subscribe at ihit ang notification bell para sa patuloy na pagtutok sa mga silap ng bagong balita dito lamang sa tunay na boses ng masa.
In 13 pages that were mysteriously filled in the Enroll Bill and finally in the General Appropriations Act. I will present the full details of this controversy in a separate privilege speech. But today, I must draw your attention to another blatant irregularity in the 2025 budget that has escaped public scrutiny and was never openly deliberated by either the House or the Senate.
Nako.
I refer specifically to the automatic appropriations, which by their nature no longer require legislative enactment. My concern centers on the use of income in the general fund and the special accounts in the general fund. We are aware that the proposed 2025 National Expenditure Program, as proposed by the President to Congress way back in July 29, 2024, amounts to 6.352 trillion, which is sourced from program new appropriations of 4.247 trillion and automatic appropriations of 2.105 trillion. Can we request this slide?
Slide, yan. Yan, slide.
Wala bang PowerPoint? I think I have a PowerPoint. But kung wala, ihabol na lang.
O yan, game. Hindi, maganda. Ako mas gusto ko merong slide. Para yung mga figure talagang rumima. Ika nga, tumatak sa puso at kaisipan ng ating mga kababayan kung gaano kalaking pagnanakaw ang nangyayari dito sa bansa na to. Slides, please.
The President also proposed the amount of 158.67 billion in unprogrammed appropriations as standby authority to be released only when, number one, when revenue collections in any one of the identified non-tax revenue sources exceeds target as reflected in the budget of expenditures and sources of financing, or BESF. Number two, when new revenues from new tax and non-tax sources are collected, which are not part of or not included in the original revenue sources reflected in the BESF, or three, approved loans for foreign assisted projects. In summary, the expenditure program of 6.352 trillion can be presented in a more detailed manner, taking into consideration the program and program new appropriations and components of the automatic appropriations. Wala pa ring project point.
Project Point, Project Point.
Kung wala pa rin.
PowerPoint. Ano ba naman yan? Ang mahal ng gastos natin sa IT dyan. Ba't walang PowerPoint? Gusto namin makita yung figure. Ito talaga ang inaabangan na maghapon. Hindi yung kay Abante. Yung kay Abante sa susunod. Hindi yung kay Abante. Hindi yung kay kung kani-kanino nagsalita dyan. Kay Kong Ungab. Kasi ito talaga kaperahan ito. Tsaka dito lalabas yung mga pagnanakaw na nangyayari sa budget na sambayan ng Pilipino.
Let me proceed. Supposedly, may PowerPoint tayo. Yung new general appropriations, 4.405 trillion, composed of program appropriations of 4.2 trillion and program appropriations of 158 billion. Yung automatic appropriations is 2.1 trillion, and under the automatic appropriations are the retirement and life insurance premium, customs duties and taxes, the national tax allotment, interest tax on national government debts, BARM block grants, pension of ex-presidents and spouses, net lending, at under automatic appropriations, nandito nakasulat ang special accounts in the general fund in the amount of 27,352,123,000. Again, the program appropriations of 158 million, billion, yung submitted ng Presidente. Again, for a total expenditure program of 6.352 trillion. With that as a background, Mr. Speaker, I will now go to the main issue, which I want to emphasize having a great impact on the total expenditure program. As I have said earlier, I will no longer discuss the items under the program and program appropriations of the GAA, since it is the topic of another privileged speech or my next privileged speech. But I will discuss now the special accounts in the general fund, which are sourced from earmark revenues of the government. What are earmark revenues? Earmark revenues are identified revenues required by statute to be used for designated activities, benefits, or purposes, and must be accounted for separately from the government's general revenues. For 2025, the earmark revenues amount to 1.202 trillion and is classified into two categories. Number one, use of income in the general fund for a total amount of 1.175 trillion and special accounts in the general fund of 27.352 billion. To differentiate the two categories, the use of income in the general fund refers to revenues that accrue to the general fund, which by virtue of statutes or enabling laws authorize agencies to use part of the income of the general fund for a specific program or project, which are generally included in the program portion of the General Appropriations Act, except when it is specifically provided by law that it is automatically appropriated, like the case of the national tax allotment and the BARM block grant. On the other hand, special
Maganda sana meron talagang ang tawag dito, merong PowerPoint.
accounts.
PowerPoint.
On the other hand, special accounts in the general fund, as mentioned earlier, are funds whereby proceeds from specific revenue measures are earmarked by law for specific priority programs and projects and are automatically appropriated. The details of the earmarked revenues are shown in Table B.15 or B.15, specifically on pages 413 to 420 of the 2025 BASF or Budget of Expenditures and Sources of Financing. Supposedly summarized on the screen, so mahaba yan. On the use of income in the general fund, the amount of 1.175 trillion, while the special accounts in the general fund is the amount of 27.352 billion. How I wish we had the PowerPoint para madaling maintindihan. But let me continue. Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, may I mention the legal basis or the enabling laws that authorizes the setting aside of portions of the general fund and proceeds of specific revenue measures to ensure the funding of the programs and projects being implemented by the recipient departments and agencies. As shown in Table B.15 of the 2025 BASF, dahil wala tayo dito, the Table B.15 of the BASF can be seen at the website of the DBM. Hanapin nyo lang yung BASF, makikita nyo doon, Table B.15. The earmark revenues usually comes from collections of previous years at any specified period indicated in the enabling laws. Considering that these earmark revenues are subjected to the annual programming of expenditures, some of the funds will accumulate huge balances at the end of the fiscal year. For purposes of my speech, I am showing only the earmark revenues for 2025 and those with available balances as of December 31, 2023 as reflected in Table B.15 of the 2025 BASF. So, dahil wala tayong PowerPoint, I'll just refer you to the DBM website.
Ayaw ho ata talagang palusutin yung PowerPoint Kasi pagka ilinabas yung PowerPoint, mas ika nga merong mga figure na makikita yung ating mga kababayan No? Ano ho yan? Kumbaga strategiya ng House of Representatives. Ganyan ho nangyayaring babuyan dyan sa lugar na yan. No? Paulit-ulit sa yung PowerPoint. Pero pagka si Tamba, lahat kompleto reslikados. Pare-pares lang naman congressman yung mga yan. Nataon, yang si Martin Romualdez, hindi lang talaga makabitaw sa kapangyarihan. Kaya mapahanggang sa ngayon, siya parang speaker, di ba?
Now, I will focus my discussion.
Alam nyo, tayo excited na dumating doon sa punto na itong si Martin Romualdez, isa na lang siya ordinaryong congressman. Sa bagay, huling term niya na ata yan So, talagang do or die na to, ika. Pagka hindi ka naging presidente sa 2028, Brad, malaki ang problema mo. Malaki-laki magiging problema mo, Brad, yan ang sinasabi ko.
On the special accounts in the general fund. What are special accounts, again, in the general fund? As part of the budgetary process, special accounts in the general fund and all the other automatic appropriations do not require any annual legislative action by Congress. However, any amendment or upward amendment to these accounts may directly or indirectly increase the total expenditure program submitted by the President to Congress. This could potentially violate the constitutional limitation on the appropriation of funds. To summarize, the special accounts in the general fund refers to the funds whereby proceeds from specific revenue measures are earmarked by law for specific priority programs and projects and forms part of the National Expenditure Program submitted by the President to Congress. SAGF are presented in the NEP or in the GAA in the form of special provisions which explicitly provides for the amount of program expenditures over and above the regular new appropriations of an agency. If the amounts in the special provisions are increased by Congress, there is a corresponding increase over and above the total expenditure program as submitted by the President to Congress. Throughout my 15 years of service in this House, the items classified under automatic appropriations have remained absolutely intact. These appropriations have been consistently recognized and respected by the House Committee on Appropriations, the Senate counterpart, and both chambers of Congress as legally mandated expenditures that are explicitly protected by their enabling laws. These automatic appropriations must not be subjected to alteration or amendment as they constitute non-discretionary obligations established by law. Their statutory protection ensures that these funds remain outside the purview of the annual appropriations process, preserving the legislative intent and maintaining the fiscal stability these mechanisms were designed to provide.
Grabe, napaka-laking iskandalo talaga to ng 2025 budget. Ang problema ko dito mga kababayan, bakit imposibleng hindi alam ho ni Marcos Jr. lahat na sinasabi na to ni Kong Ungab. Imposibleng pipirma ka sa isang dokumento na hindi nyo pinag-aralan, hindi nyo nakita na talaga napakaraming kung ano-ano pinaglalagay dyan, di ba? Ang problema dito, bakit pa rin ho pinirmahan itong si Marcos Jr.? Yan din ho ang katanungan ng ating mga kababayan. At hindi lang basta-basta pinirmahan. Talagang dinipensa ho niya yung budget na yan. Kesyo, wala daw perfect na budget. Hindi na daw pwedeng ibalik sa BICAM. Kesyo, ika nga wala ng oras. Pwede pa, kaso pinagpilitan dahil yung mga pinagsisingit dyan, gusto rin ho niya.
However, for the first time in an unprecedented move, the 2025 budget reveals that the Bicameral Conference Committee has amended the automatic appropriations by making substantial upward adjustments in the special provisions of several agencies, with SAGF a staggering 12.75 billion increase that fundamentally undermines the protected status of automatic appropriations. This extraordinary breach has inflated the President's original submission from 27.352 billion to an unprecedented 40.107 billion, a shocking 47% increase that directly contravenes the statutory mandate of these appropriations. Such manipulations on the special accounts on general fund allocations set an extremely perilous precedent that threatens the very foundation of our budgetary framework and the rule of law that protects these funds from political interference. From the original proposal of 27.352 billion, the amount is raised to 40.107 billion. Madam Speaker, the BICAM adjustment of 12.75 billion will correspondingly increase the total expenditure program from 6.352 to 6.365 billion. Supposedly, meron tayong PowerPoint presentation. Wala. Based on my scrutiny,
Suko na ako. Ayaw nyo talaga ipakita yung PowerPoint ko, bahala kayo.
Dahil wala tayong PowerPoint presentation, papakita ko lang at sasabihin ko na lang, babasahin ko na lang isa-isa.
Sige.
Based on my scrutiny, the BICAM made the following adjustments on the SAGF of the affected agencies. 1. ACF, Agricultural Competitive Enhancement Fund, dinagdagan ng 274 billion. Remedies Fund, ACF dinagdagan ng 274 million. Remedies Fund dinagdagan ng 28 million. Competitiveness Enhancement Measures Fund dinagdagan ng 1 billion. Fisheries Management Fund dinagdagan ng 13 million. Rewards and Incentives Fund dinagdagan ng 3.6 billion. Spectrum User Charge dinagdagan ng 5 billion. Fire Code Income dinagdagan ng 2.5 billion. Land Registration Fees and Collection dinagdagan ng 37 million. Other executive offices of the Dangerous Drugs Board dinagdagan ng 20.95 million.
Grabe, no? Dahil pinagsisisingit.
National Endowment for Culture and the Arts dinagdagan ng 75 million. Philippine Space Agency dinagdagan ng 126 million. Yung Coconut Development Fund and Coconut Consumer Stabilization Fund, dinagdagan ng 65 million. Total increase of 12,754,670,000 sa automatic appropriation. What are the legal and constitutional violations demanding immediate resolution? Madam Speaker, the following critical constitutional questions must be urgently addressed as they strike at the very heart of our democratic budgetary process and threaten the integrity of future national appropriations. First, constitutional infirmity. Has the Bicameral Conference Committee, by unilaterally increasing SAGF by 12.7 billion, rendered the entire 2025 expenditure program constitutionally defective? This unprecedented manipulation raises the specter of a fundamentally flawed budget that violates Article 6, Section 25, Paragraph 1 of the Constitution, which explicitly prohibits Congress from increasing the appropriations submitted by the President. Second, fundamental breach. The core constitutional question that demands immediate clarity. Does Congress, through the BICAM, possess any legal authority whatsoever to inflate SAGF amounts, special accounts in the general fund amounts, beyond the actual program expenditure supported by their earmarked sources or earmarked revenues? This appears to be a direct violation of the established principles that special accounts in the general fund are by their very nature limited to their earmarked revenues and cannot be arbitrarily expanded beyond their statutory limitations. These are not mere technicalities. They are fundamental breaches of our constitutional architecture that could render the entire budget process null and void. The gravity of these violations cannot be overstated, as they threaten to establish a dangerous precedent where future Congresses might feel emboldened to disregard constitutional constraint with impunity. Mr. Speaker, as I mentioned earlier, Madam Speaker pala, as I mentioned earlier, the other category of the earmark revenues is the use of income in the general fund, which by virtue of statutes or enabling laws authorizes agencies to use part of their income, the general fund, for a specific program or project which generally included in the program portion of the GAA. I want to bring to your attention that the BICAM amended the line item appropriation of the DPWH of the Special Road Fund, adjusting the net figure of 16.756 billion to 34.74 billion, or an increase of 17.992 billion. However, the amount in the special provisions is maintained at 16.75 billion. Hindi balanse. Pero in-increase yung line item appropriation.
Magandang balita ang hatid namin sa inyo ngayong araw. Sa pagtatapos ng aming balitaan, nagbigay kami ng mga mahalagang impormasyon. Maraming salamat sa pagtutok at pagsuporta sa aming programa. Huwag kalimutang manatili sa mga susunod na araw para sa mga bagong balita at mga kwento na dapat nating abangan. Mula sa Boses ng Masa, magandang araw, Pilipinas!